Hi guys, I am gonna do you a life update video and take you on my journey home for Christmas. Hope you enjoy. So, I'm leaving my apartment. Okay, so I'm finally in a taxi. It literally took me so long to walk across the town and find a taxi. The Airbnb guy said apparently that I couldn't get a taxi from his place because basically I have no credit left on my Spanish number and the taxi wouldn't come if he ordered it off his number, so I had to walk about 10 minutes with my rucksack. Also fell down the stairs, obviously, as you saw, and I'm now finally on the way to the bus station. I'm going to, ooh, it's really bumpy. I'm going to Malaga. It will take about an hour. I don't have the best memories of this bus because this is where I spent like 12 hours, but luckily it's only 1 hour. And yeah, I've got about 10 minutes to make the bus, so yeah, I've left everything really late. I literally couldn't wake up this morning, and so the only way I got myself up is that I went eat Kit Kat, and I literally just got out of bed and ate a Kit Kat to give me some energy. I don't recommend it, but it did get me out of bed. So yeah, I know what you're thinking. You aren't going home for Christmas. Okay, so in traveling, plans changed all the time. So remember I spoke about getting this house in Granada and it was going to be really, really nice. I was going to rent that and the letting agent was being really, really rubbish. And he kept leaving me on red, totally rude. And he was fine about the money, weirdly, but he just wouldn't put in a break clause. And a break clause was something that I definitely needed because where I was applying for residency, the chances of me getting it were quite 50-50. So I didn't want to commit to a 6-month contract, but then be asked to get out of the country by 3 months. And also, like, having a good landlord was a really big thing for me. Like, if something goes wrong, you really want to have a good landlord. So kind of just put a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth. But they did advertise it on the web that you could have a contract of 1 month to 6 months, so it didn't make any sense. Anyway, it wasn't the end of the world. I'm quite adaptable, I would say, in these situations. The Airbnb that I was staying in were happy for me to stay longer. And I was renting it off him, which was absolutely fine, and he was just happy to have it on a rolling contract, so I ended up just staying in that Airbnb. However, simultaneously my lawyer went completely AWOL. I was sending her emails asking questions, and it was like she didn't know the answers and she didn't want the hassle of someone doing their due diligence before handing over the money to her. So I chased her like 3 times, and by the end she replied. I'd already said no to the letting agent and I didn't really want to work with her as a lawyer anyway, and at that point I definitely didn't want the house, so kind of just put me off everything. It was all turning into hassle rather than it being an exciting experience. But as a result, I couldn't stay in the EU much longer as I nearly used up all of my days. So that put Portugal off the cards because I could only travel Portugal if I got my residency. So I was just like, it's fine, like, don't worry about it. I want to go somewhere warmer anyway. So yeah, I kind of put the residency to bed. I then had the horrible situation where my days were running out in Spain and I booked my Airbnb until the 20th of December, which is today, but I had to let Felix go, and he went back to the foster home that he was in before. I was so upset, like literally so upset giving him back. We had the most strong bond. And I would have tried to adopt him if things had been different, but I'm trying to do a personal development journey at the moment, and I weighed up the pros and the cons, and I feel like it's time to kind of put myself first. I want to travel, experience new things, and the way that I'm looking at it is that I gave Felix the best 6 weeks ever, and I'm sure that when he goes to Denmark he'll be treated like absolute gold. I've asked the fosterer to send me pictures and updates because I literally love him so much, and I do think though that it's a big decision to get a dog. Like when I got DJ, I researched the breed for about a year. I went and saw numerous different dogs that I didn't get, and then I was ready to make that commitment. And as much as I love dogs, I know that right now, because of everything that's gone on in the past couple of years, I'm not ready to make that commitment. So I am actually quite proud of myself, like, for not just falling into like the love trap. It's almost a bit like getting into a relationship and then not going traveling because you're in a relationship. As much as I love him, I have to do what's right for me, and unfortunately that was leaving him in Spain. As you probably worked out, for the last 2 weeks, if you follow me on Instagram, I was pretty down. The weather got really, really bad, although it's totally sunny today, so no idea what's going on. And I just felt like the weather was having massive impacts on my mood. I feel like seasonal affective disorder is genuinely, it's such a real thing that people don't talk about, and I definitely got it. So I thought, where's hot? Where's somewhere they speak Spanish? Really big on meditation, really big on personal development, good food. And I went there last year for a couple of weeks and I loved it. So I have booked a flight to Mexico, which means I get to go home for Christmas. So I'm going home today, which is the 20th. I've got a couple of weeks at home and then I go to Mexico. My family are going to be so happy because they were so upset that I wasn't going home for Christmas that I've actually kept it a surprise. And I have bought Buddy a toy and I'm carrying it. I don't know if you can see. This is a toy that I bought him, and I bought it because he breaks all his toys, and I bought one for Felix when he was there and it took him ages to break, and it's like completely like non-destructible, and I miss Buddy so much. So yeah, I can't wait to give him this toy. So I'm going to carry it like it's my personal item the whole way to Bournemouth, which is just absolutely crazy. So people are going to think I'm a right weirdo, but you know what, Buddy? Anything for you. I can't wait to see you. I'm so hot. I bought loads of things in duty free. I literally can't carry anything. So I've sat down in Giraffe and I'm literally sweating. Like, I've got myself, from my mask, a sweaty upper lip alert. Oh, and I haven't eaten all day. So I've got, it's probably going to be quite rank, a bacon and cheese, which is going to go down well. Panini or something. Oh my
I hope you enjoyed my little update and following me around on the last of my adventures in Spain. Please subscribe, pop the notification button on if you want to keep up to date with my videos, and give it a like if you enjoyed the video. See you in my next one. Thanks guys.